நாட்டுக்கு தாடி எதற்கு, நாட்டுக்கு கவர்னர் எதற்கு, which means there is no necessity for a goat to have a beard. Likewise, there is no necessity for a state to have a governor. I think that will come true. On behalf of DMK party, my floor leader, Mr. Tiruchi Siva, yesterday, sitting in the chair occupied by our founder leader, Peranjar Anna, has spoken very well, and he has described vividly about this, the non-performance of this government, and he has also pointed out the failures of this government, and he has also suggested so many measures to be taken up by this government. Otherwise, the people of this country will teach you a lesson in 2024. So I would like to endorse the statement made by my floor leader, who was occupying the auspicious chair and historical chair of my founder leader Anna. He has pointed out so many failures of this government, especially the COVID-19 pandemic situation was mismanaged and mishandled by this government. The president has said we'll have to learn lesson from the past. When the first COVID wave was there, this government should have learned lesson from that and should have implemented in the second wave. Did they do it? One fine morning, they gave zero notice, lockout notice. What happened? Migrant workers have to walk kilometers from Delhi, jobless, shelterless, even they were not even to get water from the capital city. To see when we saw in the TV, it was a sorry sight. Women carrying their children in their shoulders, in one hand carrying the baggages, without foot, the slippers. They were walking on their foot for miles, kilometers together. And many of them died on the way. Who's responsible for all this? Because of the failure of this government, not taking a lesson from the first COVID. Therefore, sir, and not only that, so many failures have been pointed out by the previous speakers, and especially the president has said, empowerment of women. Sir, I would remind this House, the Rajya Sabha, passed a resolution for 33% for reservation. What has happened? Where is it? You have got a road roller majority in the Lok Sabha. What prevents this government from passing that bill? You are cheating the public. You are misleading. It is only a mouth. You are making a false propaganda that empowerment has been given to the people, the women. When the Rajya Sabha passed it, it is still pending with the government. Why are you hesitating to vote? That you have got scant respect for the women of this country. In Tamil Nadu, you are giving 50% reservations in the local body. Both in the panchayat, municipalities and corporations. And due reservations have been given to the scheduled caste. Sir, in Tamil Nadu, I want to come to my own state's problems. Tamil Nadu is a land of social justice. We were the pioneers of social justice. Previously, sir, there was in our state, there was fight between the upper caste and the backward class. Our leaders, Dravidian leaders like Periyar and Anna, in Tamil Nadu, because of reservation, Today, Tamil Nadu happens to be the medical hub. Who was responsible for that? It is the Dravidian movement. From 1920, communal GO was passed in the state of Tamil Nadu, provincial state of Tamil Nadu. What was the reason? Out of 100 seats in the medical college, 95 seats were occupied by the upper class people. No representation to the backward and scheduled caste people. In government offices, sir, I would like to remind this house, sir, an historical event. When the Justice Party was in power, the Chief Minister who belongs to the Dravidian movement, namely Justice Party, visited a Tahsildar office in Nellore, which was a part of Tamil Nadu then. He visits and inspects the office. From the Tahsildar, there were about 47 people occupying that office. All the 47 people belong to one particular community and they belong to one particular family. Only the Diwali was belonging to the backward community. This came into the mind of the then Chief Minister of the Justice Party, and then they formed the Madras Public Service Commission, which gave representation to the people backward and other. This is the history of our state, sir. Now, NEET exam has been introduced. Because why I want to narrate all this? Because of this reservation, our people, after 70 years, only now they have come up in the medical field, because judges are there, advocates, engineers have come. In 1950, sir, when the constitution was formed, the first victim was people of Tamil Nadu. It was challenged, the communal GO was challenged on the basis of equality. And the reservation, the framer of one of the framers of the constitution, Alladi Krishnasam Iyer, appeared for the petitioner, and the Madras High Court struck down the communal GO. State government went on appeal. Supreme Court also struck down. Sir, I would like to remind this house, sir, Periyar, Anna, and our great comrades of the Congress party, all of them revolted against the judgment passed by the Supreme Court. Our former Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru was magnanimous. He accepted the will of the people of Tamil Nadu, and Tamil Nadu was the state which was responsible for giving the first amendment to the Constitution of India. 1951, we, the people of Tamil Nadu, because of the revolt and the voice raised by the dealers of our Dravidian movement, the first Constitutional Amendment was made. But today, sir, the NEET exam, formerly we were fighting with the upper class. Out of 70 years of struggle, now our people, medical doctors have come up, and Tamil Nadu has become a medical hub. To curb all this, now this NEET has come. Now the fight is between the haves and have-nots. Previously it was between the upper class and the backward. Today in Tamil Nadu, sir, it is a fight between the have and have-nots. Who are successful in the NEET exam? What has this government achieved by imposing this NEET exam? Scandal after scandal, impersonation, question papers being leaked, correction of papers, corruption is there, collusion between the paper setters and the coaches, coaching institutions. So, in Tamil Nadu, sir, 30 people have committed suicide, 13 students of the backward community and the poor people who are below poverty line. A student who secured 100 out of 1,200 marks, 1,159 marks obtained by one student, did not get the seat in the medical college. She committed suicide because of this NEET exam. Coaching centers people are going to the coaching centers. Those who go to the coaching centers are getting the opportunity of passing the NEET. Therefore, our Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, in the elections in 2011, gave an assurance to the people of Tamil Nadu, once we come to power, we will scrap this need. To scrap this need, to exempt Tamil Nadu from the NEET examination.
Please conclude.
One minute. I'll conclude, sir. I'm coming to the end of it. It was passed by the state legislature, sir. It was unanimously passed. But it was sent to the governor, sir. The governor is sitting over it for the past 4 months. Is it fair, sir? Since it is in the education, is the concurrent list, we will have to necessarily send it to the president. He has neither sent it to the president or passed any comments. He is lying over, sir. So, I would request these sort of injustice should not be committed, sir. We are in a federal setup. Our great Anna said once, with this I want to conclude, sir, in Tamil. ஆட்டுக்கு தாடி எதற்கு நாட்டுக்கு கவர்னர் எதற்கு, which means there is no necessity for a goat to have a beard. Likewise, there is no necessity for a state to have a governor. I think that will come true in the days to come. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Dr. Sasmit Patra ji.